Have you ever felt like mastering English is just this huge, complicated puzzle? Well, what if I told you that there's actually a pretty simple but really powerful blueprint to guide you? Today, we're going to break down the 4 pillars that hold up the entire English language.
Believe it or not, it all comes down to just one number, 4. That's it. The whole complex journey of learning a new language, it's built on just 4 fundamental things. It's actually a lot simpler than you might think.
I want you to think of it like you're building a house. You need a solid foundation, right? You need strong supports to hold everything up. Well, these aren't just 4 random skills. They are the absolute essential pillars that are going to support everything you build on your path to real fluency.
All right, so let's jump into our very first pillar, listening. We call it the bedrock of understanding for a very good reason. It is the absolute foundation that everything else gets built on top of.
You know, effective listening isn't just about hearing words. It's about really tuning your ear to the music of the language, getting the hang of pronunciation, the rhythm, and that natural flow of how people actually speak English.
Here's a good way to think about it. Listening is the key that unlocks the whole thing. Before you can even think about speaking or writing, you have to be able to decode the sounds. It's literally your entry point into how the language works out there in the real world.
Okay, so that brings us to our second pillar. Speaking. This is all about finding your expression. This is where you take everything you've soaked up from listening and start turning it into your own confident voice.
Speaking is pretty cool because it does 2 things at the exact same time. It hones your communication skills, sure, but it also builds your confidence. And the more you speak, the more confident you feel, which just makes you want to speak even more. It's this amazing, powerful feedback loop.
And this quote just nails it. All those grammar rules and vocabulary words stuck in your head, that's all just passive knowledge. Speaking is what makes it active. It's the spark that really brings all your learning to life.
All right, on to pillar number 3, reading. I like to think of this one as expanding your world, because the written word lets you dive so much deeper than just everyday conversation ever could. Reading is your most reliable tool for growth, hands down. It directly pumps up your vocabulary, giving you so many more words to play with. And at the same time, it sharpens your comprehension, so you can start to understand more complex ideas and sentences.
I love this analogy. Think of reading as the engine of your language learning. It provides the fuel, that's your vocabulary, and the power, that's your understanding, that drives all your other skills forward. A strong reader is almost always a strong communicator. It's just true.
And that brings us to our 4th and final pillar, writing. This is all about creating a blueprint for your ideas. It's how you give your thoughts the clarity and the structure they need so you can share them with real precision. At its core, writing is about expressing ideas with clarity and accuracy. It actually forces you to organize your thoughts, to pick just the right words, and to build a logical argument. Seriously, when you write, there's nowhere to hide. Think about it. When you write something down, you give it structure. A fleeting thought suddenly becomes permanent. It's something you can look at, you can refine, and you can truly own. Writing solidifies what you know like nothing else can.
Okay, so let's recap. We have our 4 pillars: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. But here's the thing, just knowing them isn't enough, not even close. Now we get to the real secret to mastery, and that's putting it all together. Now you might be looking at this list and thinking, okay, great, I'll just work on number 1, then move to number 2, and so on. But that's not the full picture. That's not where the magic really happens.
So here it is, the secret. The real breakthrough isn't in mastering each pillar one by one. It's in understanding how they all work together. The true key to unlocking fluency is practicing them together, letting them build on each other.
See, it's not a list, it's a cycle. Each skill feeds directly into the next. For example, you listen to a podcast, right? You pick up a new phrase and the natural rhythm of speech, and that immediately improves how you speak. Then, maybe you read an article and learn some new words. Boom, you can use those instantly in your writing. And writing itself forces you to clarify your thoughts, which in turn makes you a much more articulate speaker. It's this incredible self-reinforcing loop. So the path to becoming a really effective and successful English communicator, it's not about ticking off 4 separate skills. It's about building one strong, interconnected structure, where every single pillar is constantly supporting and lifting up all the others. So while this is the end of our explainer, for you, this is really just a beginning. So take one last look at these 4 pillars. Now that you know they all connect,
The real question is, which one are you going to strengthen today to lift up all the others?